How you doing today? I'm doing my presentation on multi-systemic therapy known as MST, and it is an intensive family and community-based treatment for serious juvenile offenders with possible substance abuse issues and their families. Primary goals are to decrease youth criminal behavior, out-of-home placements. Critical features based treatment approaches to address a comprehensive range of risk factors across family, peer, school, and community contexts. For that's them being in school and being disruptive and them like creating problems in the classroom towards other people when they talk to them. Program goals eliminate or significantly reduce the frequency and severity of youth referral behaviors. Empower parents with the skills and reassurance needed to empower you to cope with family, peer, school, and neighbor problems. It mostly kids follow wrong, other bad crowds, and when they follow bad crowds, they tend to pick up bad ways, like father as a parent, using bad words, and that's what they cling to. So eventually, that kid grew up cussing, or an uncle that's a bad influence in his life, or there's an uncle that's not too much older than him, a younger uncle that wouldn't teach him to do correct, morals, tell him to do wrong, or substance abuse, alcohol, things like that. The target for MST is delinquent or antisocial youth who are 12 to 17 years old and may also meet the following criteria: youth at imminent risk of out of home placement due to criminal justice, physical aggression, verbal threats of harm to others. Mostly a person who goes to school and pick fights. Mostly pick on like bullies, for example. Most of them are ones who grew up with home problems, for that's abuse themselves, which create aggression that they ain't gonna use towards their loved one, even though after a while it'll happen, becomes domestic violence. Substance abuse, alcohol, drugs. All right. The program do not and will need to exclude from youth loop living independently. Like they can't tell you who their family members are or who taking care of them. Mostly kids who grow up in bad ways from 12 to 17, they grew up around grandparents. Not to be big on grandparents don't raise correct kids, but in older age they get away more. Grandparents just they're old school. They just let things fall to the wayside, and they love them so much. So youth living independently or by themselves. They parents probably lawyers, doctors, and never get to see them, and they just because they raise a troubled child because of the spoiling and the constant just give them whatever they want. Youth who are actively suicidal, homicide, or psychotic. Normally, at that point, it's more of immediate help instead of all sitting down with a family. And they need to be in a institution where they can honestly be taught to cope with their problems. Um, my program was created by Dr. Scott Hengler in 1984. Um, he also had two fellow doctorate students that helped him with the program. Also, this program is so uptight and for there's saving troubled delinquents, 54% fewer arrests, 75% fewer violent felony arrests, 54 fewer home out of placement, 95% no re-abuse incidents, 86% youth live at home, and 91% youth report no PTSD. So this MST was used to get everybody together and help. In which I looked in the Bible and looked around, and I tried to find a quote that goes along with this. It takes a village to raise a kid, and my parents say that, my grandparents say that around us. And being from Woodville, Mississippi, most of that fell in. Everybody you knew you and expected highly of you. And this is also this the duration of this program is recommended 3 to 5 months. So that's pretty short. And this is my presentation on multi-systemic therapy.